So you know I love my stoves, and today we're going to take a look at another fantastic product from UCO. It's their Flatpack fire pit and grill. So I've reviewed a lot of stoves on the channel. The ultralight backpacking alcohol stoves, the gas stoves, the biofuel stoves, from the ultralight titanium ones on up to like the rugged firebox. I've even reviewed some solar ovens, but today we're going to take a look at an item that's sort of in between. You can see it's flat enough to throw in a backpack. It would work great as a frame, a rigid frame, if you don't have you know, that type of thing in your pack, like a Hidden Woodsman ruck, for example, or a Frost River pack that doesn't have a frame. You could slide this in and give your pack some integrity there. So you can see how small it is. It weighs 3.2 pounds, so it's a little bit heavy. You know, it's not something you're going to take backpacking, but certainly something you could take hiking, certainly something you could take camping, and there's all sorts of other applications for it as well. You know, there's times when I don't want to take even my small Weber grill, which works great, a little charcoal grill, or even the Camp Made flip grill. You know, that works great as well, but it does not pack down as small as the UCO Flatpack does here. So this thing operates on charcoal, or as we're going to do today, we're going to try it out with some wood. Again, you can see it's very, very low profile. Comes in this nice storage case, which has the Velcro here. And before I open that up, size-wise, you know, I just want to show you, you know, the firebox, it's about twice as big as the firebox, but, you know, you're going to get twice the cooking space. So if you're cooking for multiple people, you know, this may be the way to go. And it also comes in at half the price of the firebox as well. So when you slide this open, there's just two parts to it, really. You just have the stove itself, and then you have the grill portion to it. You basically just flip it over, lock your legs, and just like that, you've got a portable fire pit and something that you can grill on. So of course you throw your charcoal in there, or your biofuel, such as your wood, and then the grill just attaches to the sides here. It locks in place, which is nice. You can see it's relatively sturdy. You know, this thing's not going to tip over, but you know, you can see size-wise, it makes a great companion. Camping, for example, maybe you're going to a spot that doesn't have a bonfire pit that you can use. This is a great option for that. You've got a lot of cooking space here. So instead of being able to just boil one pot at a time like you can do with the firebox or smaller type stoves, you can put multiple items on here. So I could use a fry pan, I could put a kettle on here as well. I could also put a few different pots on here and be cooking up food and boiling water at the same time, or boil 2 pots of water. You can see that it would even take the larger billy pot sized pots as well. And then also you can of course use it as a grill. I've used it to cook brats, I've used it to cook pork chops, used it to cook chicken. Now I've only done a charcoal in it, since it does have that V-shaped design to it. You know, the charcoal does tend to sit down in that well, so you know, you have cooler spots out here on the side, but it actually works kind of well because you have a hotter spot in the middle and then cooler on the side. So even though it doesn't have a lid to it, you can sort of control the temperature that way. So it's actually sort of a benefit in that respect. On the side here, you can see that the grill just locks down on these tabs here, just rests on these tabs, and then you have ventilation holes on the side. And again, as you saw, the whole thing just packs up very, very small. So let's go ahead and get a small wood fire in here. I had a comment on my Instagram saying that it didn't work very well with just traditional wood. So I'm gonna go ahead and test that out. I'm gonna cook some chicken on it, and I'm gonna take you along with me. So I just have some fat wood shavings in the bottom there. Gonna go ahead and just light these up. Again, you've got the wind-proof barrier there, so it makes it quite easy to light a fire. And of course, you've got the open pit there, so you don't have to struggle with you know, trying to feed wood in like you do on some of the smaller stoves. Then I'm just going to throw some bigger pieces on top of that. Now it's been raining the past 2 days, so this stuff is sort of wet, so hopefully this is going to work okay. But really what I want to do is not cook over the fire. I want to cook down to some coals. So I also have some seasoned oak here, and hopefully be able to get that going, even though this stuff is semi-wet as well. Thinking if I just lay it on top there, you're getting that ventilation from the side, so hopefully I'll be able to get some of this oak going, and we can get a coal bed and cook some chicken. So after a short struggle with some wet wood, I think we got her going here. You can see it's pretty windy today, and it's handling that just fine. So whether you use it as a grill or just as a small fire pit, it works pretty dang good. So I'm gonna let this stuff burn down to coals before we start cooking on it. So it's been about 20 minutes. You can see how evenly it's burning. It's pretty much just set it and forget it, whether you're using charcoal or I'm using this seasoned oak. I cut it to length there, so it's working well. One thing I wanted to point out is that these legs stay cool, you know, kind of about 3/4 of the way up. It starts to get a little warm, and then of course the bottom of this is something you wouldn't want to touch, but you could certainly move this around, whether you wanted to lift it up onto a table or, you know, move it around. You could certainly do that. I also went ahead and put the grill top on there to sort of burn off some of the food that I cooked on here previously. So it's a little too hot yet to cook with, so I'm gonna let it go a while longer, but I'm certainly enjoying just sitting next to the fire out here on a cold day. So I've just got a few chicken breasts here, butterflied. You could probably cook 4 of those on here. You could probably cook 4 large pork chops or maybe 6 smaller ones. You could cook several burgers on here, a bunch of hot dogs on here. So you really do have a lot of cooking space here. Not to mention you could use half of it to cook and the other half to boil water if you wanted to. It's getting cold out here and it's getting dark quick, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these on here. Gonna sort of sear them because I still do have some flame in there. We'll just sear these up and just flip them faster than I normally would. There's definitely a nice, you know, hot bed of coal down in there, and it should cook these right up. So when cooking meats in particular on any open flame, you're bound to get some flare up. So you want to watch that on this as you would any other stove. If it starts to drip, you're going to get some flare ups, but it's maintaining a pretty consistent heat and it's cooking these very well. Again, I'm cooking in the center there, which is the hottest portion of the grill. If I needed to cool it down or cook it a little bit slower, you can move it off to the edge here where it's not quite as hot. So I like that even though it's a, you know, uniform cooking surface, there are different areas on the edges there where it is a little bit cooler. And if you're getting those flare-ups, you just have to flip your meat more often. But these are looking great. They're starting to brown up, and they're going to taste great as well. So remember this little piece that came with it in the beginning? This allows you to lift your rack off the grill, which is really nice. You can pull your food right off, take it to where you're going to serve it, or you could add more wood if you needed to. So my chicken is done. Now cleanup is super simple. Just let the stove cool down, dump your ash, and fold it back up. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I think it's a fantastic piece of kit. Again, the price is right on it. You can cook a lot on it. It works real well. It works with dual fuel, so you can put in wood or you can burn charcoal. So it makes it perfect for not only camping, you could even take it hiking, you know, because it's flat. It'll fit in your pack. It even will serve as sort of a frame for frameless packs, and I find that nice as well. The other nice option would be for a job site. You know, a lot of times people just want to cook up some food instead of the expense of buying food every day, and this would certainly allow you to do so. Just bring a bag of charcoal and, you know, you could have a great meal right on the job site. So of course there'll be links below to Amazon where you guys can pick one of these up. Would also make a great gift for the upcoming holidays. Anything you do purchase through my Amazon link does help greatly to support my channel, and I appreciate that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you share it to any friends or family on your social media, and if you haven't already done so, click that red subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of new videos.